Okay, so now that you've set up your notebook, we're going to be working on page one of that notebook. And today we're going to focus on this question. What is science? Before we can start learning about all the different aspects of science, from the water cycle to food webs to matter to the planets and the stars, we need to understand what science is and how did scientists come to the understandings that they came to, right? They didn't just observe the world and say, oh, this must be true, right? They've got to do experiments and really think deeply about these problems and make sure that what they are coming to is actually the truth and not just their opinion. Okay, so in order to do that today, I'm going to ask you to create a KWL chart. Okay, so on page one in your notebook, that first page, you're going to make a KWL chart, and it should look exactly like what mine looks like here. I'm going to be making a notebook along with you guys, so you can see exactly what I want it to look like. So what do we have here? We have a title. What is science? We're always going to start with a title of what exactly we're talking about. And then this is a KWL chart. The K stands for what I know. The W stands for what I wonder. And the L stands for what I learned. So I want to know, um, what do you know about science? What do you wonder about science? And what have you learned about science? Okay, the K and the W sections you'll be completing before you do anything. I just want to know, what do you know and what do you already wonder, right, before you learn anything. And the L section you're going to fill out at the end of class after you've learned about what science is. All right. Um, you should make that KWL chart a little bit more than half the page because you do have some other things down here that I want you to add. So we have some pre-video questions. So before you watch the video, I want you to answer these two questions in your notebook. I wrote them here. I also put them here in case my handwriting's too sloppy for some reason. So in your own words, what is science? And notice I skipped a few lines so I can write my answer there. And then number two, how do you think scientists do science? Okay, this should all be on page one. Make sure you're giving yourself space to write. Okay, after you do this, go ahead and complete the next section in your Google Classroom.